Oh. I hit the wrong button! No! Hi, Konnia! Oh my god, that was so unfortunate. Hi, everybody. Hi, how's it going? You didn't see that. Hi. Hi! Hello, hi. It is Final Fantasy Yap Session Day. You know, before the new girls come, I have to get my very correct, very great Final Fantasy opinions out there to the world. Yeah. I haven't really played that much recently. But I really have the itch to keep playing. So I was like, maybe instead of playing, I should just go complain about stuff on stream. And so yeah, now we're here and I'm gonna complain about a lot of things today. Yeah. However, before we get into it, hi Konnia. I hope you guys are having a good week. Any of the new girls into Final Fantasy? Yes, actually. Yes, a few of them are. But you'll just have to wait and find out which ones. Yeah, I've already kind of outed Miss BB Biscuit, but there's some other ones that you don't know about, and I also didn't know about, but that's crazy. She joined the Leocons and doing floor 1 to 100. A Pilgrim's Traverse clears. I was like doing Pilgrim's Traverse the other day, and we had like a tank that was he pulled a whole room of lions on floor 98. And I haven't really had the motivation to go back in. I gotta be honest. So you know, that's it. Anyways, like brown. I'm not okay. Yesterday was very unfortunate. Thank you, Brahmady, for the $2 It was very unfortunate that I ended up being brown because I'm not brown. I am pasty white. Okay. I am pasty white. So white, you can see the blue in my veins when I am just standing normally. Okay? But yes, it was the candlelight. It was the candlelight. Everybody call me brown on Twitter. I'm not brown. I'm not white and I'm not Mexican. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I just have really light skin. Is this you guys being kind of racist? Is this like a chat being racist to me moment that we're experiencing? Are we having a all Mexicans are brown by default? I'm not Mexican. You're also I'm not being racist. You guys are being racist calling me brown. Oh, all Mexicans are brown. You guys are friggin' profiling me. I'm not even Mexican. Enough. I'm Mexican to the right. Okay, anyways. Yeah, I've cleared Pilgrim's Traverse though already. One time. I'm brown too. Oh. Get well soon. I've cleared Pilgrim's Traverse one time already. And it was fine, I guess. One of my party members, our samurai, was a little bit mean. But it is what it is. I also was like, you know, it's fine, I guess. I like Pilgrim's Traverse. I haven't played it on healer. I've been really good maxing lately. I've been goon maxing. I can't stop myself from gooning all the time. I wake up and I'm like, damn, I could go for a good goon sesh right now. And then I log in and I goon and I'm like, oh wow, that was awesome. I want to goon some more. And then I goon a little bit more and I'm like, oh wow, this is awesome. I want to goon some more. I know. I love gooning. The Palco mount. Are you talking about like the cart one? No, I have not. I actually really want to do Arkveld on Dragoon. Wait, I did it on Dragoon yesterday. Thank you for the $2 Oh my god. Gooning at Arkveld Extreme. I only healed it. But I kind of want to go back in on Goon. But I'm really bad at the limit cut. So I don't know. It's overrated. I like gooning, okay? I can't really get into playing another class. I never thought I would play anything other than healer, you know? I'm a scholar, I'm a white mage. I was like, yeah, this is where I belong. But white mage, you only press like 2 buttons, you know? And so I was like, okay, maybe I want something different. And then I tried gooning, and then I cried my first day gooning, and then I cried my second day gooning. But then afterward, I didn't cry anymore, and now I really love gooning. And every time I mess up, I'm like, wow, that was awesome. Let's do it again. So yeah, Sam lets you have stickers. Yeah, but gooning, you can flip all over the place. When I elusive jump, and then I high call me Estinian, the way I high jump on it, crazy style. Yes. Rook, thank you for the $10. No matter what you say, you're wrong and have poor taste in MMO expansions. I have only played Final Fantasy XIV, and I have no plans to play another MMO in my entire life. I did not get Blue Protocol, and I would not, but you know, I don't know. I think my opinion on the MMO expansions is correct because Dawntrail was the Mexican expansion, and being an honorary Mexican, I just think it's the best expansion ever because who doesn't want to listen to them go on about tacos and family values for 6 hours of the 12-hour story? Because I don't know, I was really feeling it. Tacos, I was locking eyes with Kona, and I was like, I'm gonna make you a mother. You hear them talking about family values? Take notes. I'm gonna make you into a male seahorse. So, you know, Shatterspine. I never got to Shatterspine dive. I'm so sad. I've never got to shatter someone's spine from diving on it crazy style. But so yeah, Kona, exactly. High jump doesn't let you fall to your death. Hey, but elusive jump does. I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of want to get better at Dragoon. I kind of think maybe next tier I want to play Dragoon. I'm thinking about it. I have a long way to go. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to play that much before the new tier comes out, but I want to. I kind of want to goon in the new tier. I'm debating. I probably won't, but I'm really gooner pilled. I like it. I jump on it. Call me Estinian, the way I high jump on it, crazy style. Call me Estinian, the way that I family values. I want to make Wook Lamont a mother. Okay, anyways, glad we got that. Thanks for the $2. Anyways, can someone get well soon, that guy? Get well soon. I think you were the only one in that. You're the only one in line for that. So congratulations, I guess. Anyways. But yeah. I don't know. If you're here to listen to me say a bunch of bullshit about Final Fantasy, hi, my credentials are, I played like 3,000 hours in a single year of the game, and I've only been playing for like over 1 year at this point. So, yay! And all I do is play this game. But recently I haven't been playing this game as much because I've been really busy. But usually I just log in and I do nothing, and yeah, and I skipped ARR. I did skip ARR, and yeah. Yeah. So those are my credentials. Yeah. I saw someone say I can't have an opinion until I buy property, but I'll have you know I have a house. I have a house in game. Yes, I went every single housing lottery for like 5 months. Every single one since like March. Okay? Since like March. I decided I wanted a house, a beachfront house in Shirogane. So every single housing lottery, I would bid on the beachfront house, and I did not get one until I did. And now I am the proud owner of a beachfront property in Shirogane, and I like it very much. And it's on the beach, and it's very pretty. Yeah. Yeah, and this economy, they're not that expensive. Yeah, I spent a lot on the trees in front of my house, so those trees were like 1,000,000 gil each. So yeah, I can never unsub. I didn't know that for like the past four years, the past 3 years, I've been subbed on and off to Final Fantasy, because I looked at the days that I've been subbed, and it makes no sense, because it's like 800 days or something like that I've been subbed. But I was like, I've only played like for a year. Like what? But yeah, I subbed and unsubbed for so many days. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I had no idea. Thanks, H2O Sakuna. I guess. I've mentioned this before, but when Phase Connect first started, right? Sakuna, before we debuted, he wanted Pippa, Tenma, Uruka, and I to play Final Fantasy 14 and to have a Phase Connect free company. So he made us all play the game and try to do stuff with each other. And we were like, oh, okay. And I remember we all tried to play together, and it was so confusing, and none of us were having fun. But he was like, no, you guys gotta do this. You guys gotta do this. And literally all of us were like, this is so ass. So we just stopped playing. But now that I play like every single day, like I don't know why I have an account on Alexander, but I do, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna log back into it, but he made us make accounts on the JP server, so okay, thanks, man. Why would I use that? He knew it was best for me. Yeah, but then we all abandoned it, and then like, I don't know, 2 years later, I was like, hey, Sakuna, I'm playing Final Fantasy 14, and he was like, you should stop doing that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, I'm not on Primal. I'm sorry. I'm sweaty. I play on Ether. I play on the rating server. I'm sorry. Yeah, and Ether character is all you need. Yeah, exactly. I play on Ether, and I raid. How much for you to go Lala? I was a Lala for like a hot second. Thank you for the $5. I don't think I would be Lala again, just because when I'm raiding, I kind of lose my character too quickly, and like all of the that's why I unfanted from a Lala, is because I was having a hard time tracking my character when I was raiding. So yeah, I used to be an ARR. But then I missed being a kitty cat because meow meow. So yeah, I know a lot of the top raiders go Lala, right? But I can't. I don't know. I like being able to see my guy hit glare, and then I'm like, yeah, it feels good. Yeah, I like my guy, you know? Yeah, the harlot race. Yeah, I go to Limsa every day, and I AFK doing the B's and E's, and that's it. Yeah, I like going to Crystal and looking at I like people watching in Crystal, but I don't like involving myself in people watching in Crystal. You know, I just like being a fly on the wall, seeing everybody. But I wish I could do. Okay, back when like the mods and stuff were like rampant, right? Right? Going to Balmung, like I think I said the story like not too long ago, but for those of you guys that like don't know, so they have like mods and Final Fantasy, the mods, there's this huge ERP scene in the game, okay? Like ERP is like ERP is like it's rampant in Final Fantasy. It was like one of the only things I ever knew, because before like I started playing seriously, I remember there was this drama of like this person that got sponsored by a spicy toy company, and they were like a G posing Final Fantasy modded out like content creator. And so this toy company reached out to them and was like, yeah, we should collaborate. And this person used their Final Fantasy 14 super modded out character to promote the toy. And like, and yeah, and they had to like take it down, and there was like legal stuff that they got into because technically that character, like, it's a Final Fantasy character, that's not their property, and also like they were making money off of it, and also like mods are not allowed. So yeah, I don't know what happened to them, but I don't know what happened to them, but that was that was like one of the first things I ever saw in like about Final Fantasy. But like, yeah, the ERP scene. So back when like what was it, Mare was like around, back when, this was like a couple, like I don't remember when it got killed, like a couple months ago. Anyways, the story is like from not a couple months ago, but in Crystal, right? In Crystal, Balmung, the big ERP server, there was a worldwide, so for that world only, Balmung, world sync shell. So basically like a sync shell, you give your code to some other people and they can see what your character looks like. You could see what their character looks like with like mods and stuff. And so you'll see people that like post stuff, they're like, this character costs like 1,000,000 gigs to download, what the fuck? And then they load in and they've got like juicy butt cheeks, and you're like, oh, and their butt cheeks are like 60 million polygons, so each individual cell jiggles to make it like the most Brazilian butt you've ever seen. So yeah, you can find a lot of stuff about it on YouTube, but there's like this one Twitter post of like this person, and they're loading in someone that's like 100 and some gigs, and when the person loads in, it takes like their character was like inflation fetish, so their character was like massive. Their character was like massive and barefoot and like huge, and this. It's like one of my favorite videos I've ever seen. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. So yeah, in Balmung there was a worldwide sync shell. So if anybody was in Balmung, they could see anybody, right? So you join the worldwide sync shell, and you don't have to be friends with these people. You could just see like what they look like, right? And because there were so many people playing in Balmung, like the server, the sync shell could only accommodate so many people every so often. So it was like you have to like be pretty quick. Well, anyways, somebody I knew, a friend of mine, got on to the sync shell, and so we were all hanging out in Balmung, and they were streaming to us what everybody looked like with their what do they call it, like the moon magic or whatever. And then my friend and I, we were like walking around and everything looked normal to us. Girl, I'm not joining a sync shell so that way somebody can load 100 gigs of like barefoot booby gooner slop onto my computer. I don't want that. No, thank you. I'm not installing that ERP virus. I'm smarter than that. Okay, somebody else can do it and then show me, but I don't want gooner slop on my computer. What if I end up with the files of somebody's inflation fetish stuff? No, thank you. Yeah, that's enough reason to not do it. But anyway, so there was like this thing where like we were in the streets of Balmung and like in Ulda, and one of these alleys, you know, you go through, and my friend and I saw these like two girls, and they were like dancing on top of each other, like emoting, right? And we're like, oh, those people are totally doing something. So then we made our friend with like the sing shell walk by them, and they were like, what was actually going on was they were both butt naked having intercourse next to a bench. Just out there. For other people to see. So yeah. You either have the three extremes of Final Fantasy XIV, right? So you have the people that play for the ERP, you have the people that raid, or you have the people that are just really autistic about crafting. Yeah, the crazy crafters. I'm on Sarg too, and Sarg is like the most normal guy world ever. Everybody just logs on, they do what they want to do, they don't bother anyone. I think like in Ether, it's probably Fairy is our ERP server, but it's like not really like everybody ERPs. It's mostly like gay furries that play in ERP in Fairy. So if you guys ever want to see gay furry ERP, you should go to Fairy because there's a lot of them. It's awesome. It's so awesome. Yeah, it's so great. I love it. But yeah, I don't know if I know any other crazy. You're saying like you don't fit there too. I don't play on Fairy. I don't play on Fairy. Actually, okay, the first ever world, like first character I ever made is on Fairy, but I don't use that character. Like that character is still in like Heavensward or something like that. I don't know. I barely touched that character. I was like, I'm gonna replay the MSQ on this character on stream, and then I started Heavensward, and I was like, I'm bored. And then now, like, I started it, so I'm like, well, I can't really stream it because I'm like already starting it. So I was like, okay, barely. I didn't play ARR on that character either, so yes, just barely. I think I'm still in the Sea of Clouds with my beautiful racist king, Amanelane. I think he's like drowning or something like that. I don't remember how Heavensward starts. I didn't start paying attention to the game. I got a skip out of ARR. I always like repeat this, but I got a skip out of ARR, and then I played Heavensward, but I wasn't really feeling Heavensward when I was playing it. I didn't really start paying attention to the plot of the story until, you know, when like you go to meet the Moogles, right? You go to meet the Moogles for the first time in like the Sea of Clouds, and you go with Estinian, and Estinian is like you don't even really know much about him. At that point, I didn't know his name. I just knew he was the guy that pulled a basketball out of his ass every couple minutes. And then you like go see the Moogles for the first time, and I didn't know his name, so I was just like that moody guy with the basketball. And like when you go to see the Moogles, that was the first time I found out you could talk to the NPCs in between quests. So I was like, oh my god, you could talk to them. That's awesome. And so I was like, I wonder what that annoying guy has to say. And then I talked to him, and he was like, those Moogles, I'm gonna eat them. And I was like, oh, And then the Moogle started harassing him, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I was like, oh, his name is Estinian. I'm kind of obsessed with people bullying him. And then from that moment on, 3,000 hours later. So yeah. I play as a white mage. I'm a white mage main. Originally I played as a scholar, and then I was like, well, I played as a scholar, and then I played the rest of the MSQ on Astro, and then I picked up white mage. Like, I don't know. I didn't have the nameplates turned off. All of their names are French. I wasn't gonna fucking remember like the French people's name. Okay, you had like the most crazy French names from all like the tall white guys. That's all I knew, is that everybody was a tall racist white guy with some French name, and they were all Catholic. I was like, I'm not fucking learning their names. They're all crazy, except for Dawntrail. That was the only character whose name I knew, because I had a crush on him when I started playing. I was like, Dawntrail, he's so dreamy. Yeah. That was the only character I knew, and then I was like, oh, that guy's Estinian. Harshafan. I didn't know his name. I didn't know Harshafan's name. I was just like, oh, that's my oomph. My very kind oomph. Yeah, so I didn't play Astro in 25. I haven't played Astro since I finished Dawntrail, actually. Yeah, they like reworked Astro, and then I played it through the end of Dawntrail, because like I'd been playing it since like Heavensward. So Heavensward all the way through Dawntrail, I only played Astro. I did not touch a single other class. And then after Dawntrail, like I wanted to start raiding, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this on Astro, because I feel really overwhelmed. And my friend was like, you should probably pick up something else. So then I picked up White Mage, and I've been a White Mage main since Valley Garmonda EX dropped. And that's not that long of a time, but it's a long time for me, because I've only been playing this game for like a little over a year. Yeah. So that was I love glare, presence of mind, glare, rapture, glare, Dia, glare. A white mage is only ass if you're ass at white mage. Okay, that's my philosophy. Is white mage is you'll get from it what you put into it. Okay, so white mage can be extremely fun and extremely rewarding and very awesome if you make it extremely fun and rewarding and awesome. But if you don't, then you're like, oh man, this class is so ass. I'm so bored. It's a skill issue, okay? It's a skill issue. You can only have fun with it if you yourself are somebody that knows how to have fun. Yeah. If you just want to button mash, I mean, that's a way to have fun too. Yeah. You could, but I don't know. Rescue, and then now you have something to do. It is a boring class, but I like playing it. It's my boring slop, but I am bored of it. I think it's because all the stuff that I'm doing right now isn't challenging. I'm just going through like the motions of everything. And so, I have nothing to do because I refuse to play White Mage sub level 80. So there's like nothing to do. So I'm like, okay, I guess. There's a class for keyboard punchers. Monk. To the white mages that heal or buff the party. I don't heal or buff the party. That's not my problem. My problem is do big damage. Waste every single lily I have on not healing you people. Just hitting my lily button and then spamming rapture every time it's up. And then you'll be like, hey Leah, where's my healing? And I'll say, that's the other healer's problem, not mine. And then I get yelled at in all chat. And then number go up. Yeah. Yeah. That's how you have fun with it. Don't heal anybody. You selfish mage. Yes. Yes! Exactly. If we have a red mage, then why am I gonna waste precious potency on rezzing people? No, I don't do this in raiding. Actually, I wish I did this in raiding. In retrospect, I wish I griefed my old static like this and I didn't heal them ever. I think about it constantly. Like, I woke up this morning and I was thinking about it. I should have griefed my old static and just never healed them and also rescued them into things, and then they would have kicked me out for like an actual reason instead of just being like a bunch of weird 8-year-olds. I'm still bitter. I'm still bitter, and all I do is good. Ah! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Kek, dude. That's how it goes. Static drama is no joke, man. The people that play this game in statics have problems, I think. You know, but that's a complaint for another day. Maybe it's not. I'm still bitter. I couldn't just peace out, right? Well, I did. I was very respectful about it. They were like being horrible, and I was like, you know what? That's fine. Static sucks. We get to play at a certain time. What's wrong with playing at a certain time? Because you get to play with toys and play with friends, and it's fun. Until they're like, hey, how dare you talk to people and have friends outside of the static? And you're like, what? Do you mean I'm not allowed to have friends outside of the static? And they said, if you're still friends with people outside of the static, you should probably leave. And I was like, hey, what do you mean I should probably leave for having friends outside of the static? Isn't that normal? And they said, well, no. And I was like, hey, that's kind of fucked up. And they said, it's not fucked up, and if you're not understanding, then we'll never see eye to eye on this. And I was like, what is there to see eye to eye on? You're kind of crazy. And they were like, you should leave the static. And okay. People are strange. Exactly. But then you go into PF and you have some of the worst degenerate people in PF ever. Didn't happen to me. Happened to a friend of mine, okay? But there was like the reason why like this story pisses me off is because I got matched up with this fucking loser in PF like a couple of days after my friend ran into them and had problems with them. I ran into this loser in PF and they totally griefed me and then were yelling at me in chat, and then I had to pull the I'm sorry that you play like a Neanderthal on them, and they didn't like it. But like, there was this melee player my friend ran into, and it was like a M6 reclear party, okay? If you've never done M6 Savage before, basically well, not every, but DPS will be marked with this like defamation. It's like a ticking time bomb basically, and when it detonates you have to stand away from everyone so that it explodes and doesn't kill everyone, right? So when you have this bomb and it's about to go off, you get the fuck away from the party, it blows up, and then you come back. Well, this guy didn't want to waste uptime, right? He didn't want to waste uptime, so he stayed grouped up with the entire party and killed everyone, and then was like, you guys should have moved. So, bro, my parse exactly. That's exactly it. That was exactly it. So, okay, whatever. That happens, right? My friend is like crashing out to be mauling about it. So then, you know, whatever. Time goes on. I'm doing Necron Extreme, okay? Okay. Necron Extreme. EX5. I think. EX5. And my co-healer, my co-healer, like doesn't heal our tanks, right? Doesn't heal them for this one part. Like the fuck, I don't remember what part it is. Not important. I haven't done this in forever. Doesn't heal the tanks, and I can't heal them fast enough before the next thing goes off. And they also stood grouped up with the rest of the party, so everybody died. And we were like, hey dude, what's up with that? And they were like, White Mage should have healed more. You're right, I should have. I really should have. And then they got mad at me and started crashing out in the chat, and I was like, girl, you need to heal if you're playing a healer. And they were like, no, that's your job. I mean, you're right. It is my job. That I'm still mad about it. If you couldn't tell, it's been months and I'm still mad about it. But you know what? It's typical experience. We get through them. Just Medica 3 harder. I'm not gonna cast Medica 3. I would rather blow myself up than play have to long cast anything. But that's just me. You know, just bring us exactly. Just bring us Sage. I'm not gonna play Sage, but have I had any funny ultimate stories? No, just people prog lying, and then we get stuck on stupid parts for no reason. I think the only funny ultimate story I have is that I was in a static for T like at the beginning of the year, this year, in like February, and our static had these e-daters in it, and something happened with these e-daters, and then our static like blew up, and then they kicked me out of like the FC chat because it was like a free company thing, but I wasn't in the free company, I was just in their chat, and they kicked me out of it and they blocked me. And I still don't know why, because I never really spoke to any of them. Like I would just show up, I would hit my buttons, and they would be like, Leah, you should probably adjust the way you're hitting your buttons. And then I would be like, okay, like this, and they'd be like, yep, that's good. And I'd be like, okay. And that was it. So I don't know, maybe I was just dog shit, and the e-daters, I don't know. Something about them like going to visit each other IRL, and then something happened. I don't know. The e-daters broke up because of me. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. The Catboy Polycule exploded. Tails all this time. No! I'm not in a Catboy Polycule, unfortunately, but I will join one, so I have fun stories to tell. I think like the only real like fun story I have is I was doing Eureka one time, and there's like this drama about this one raider in Final Fantasy that like abused his wife or something like that. And like after this whole call out post about him like I don't remember if it was like he went to jail for it or not, but like he abused his wife. I ran into that guy in Eureka. My friend and I, we were like doing it. We were like, wait, haha, his name. Wait, his name! And then like everybody in Eureka started like bullying him. It was awesome. It was so awesome. It was like that fucking like you know the story, like the Tumblr one that's like they started Oppa gaming style on the homeless guy. That's what it felt like. Running into that guy and everyone calling him like a washed loser. It was great. It was so great. I remember seeing a screenshot of someone saying you got a gray on Fruit because it's the only fight with women. There's no way. No way, actually. Sometimes I see him pop up in Party Finder and I see nobody joining his PF, and it makes me like lose my mind. I remember this story because like I saw him in PF the other day. I don't remember what he was like PFing, but he had something up and nobody was joining it. I was like, damn, I hope he's hard stuck still. It feels a little mean, but I don't know. He said like a bunch of other really bad stuff on Twitter, so he kind of like it's karma, I guess. Yeah, I know. At that point, just start over with the new character. Yeah, I can't say his name. I don't wanna get Twitter canceled. I'm sorry. Yeah, I shouldn't have first grade for. That's crazy. That's crazy. The only fight with women. That's awesome. Yeah. It's not like skips are expensive either. We just had like the anniversary. Exactly. The anniversary was not that long ago. We could have just spent $7. Yeah, spend $7 and skip ARR. It's the best. Oh my god, we had a stream topic. I'm so sorry. Wait. I completely forgot that we were supposed to do stuff on stream. My bad. Ay caramba. Okay, anyway. I was so caught up in talking about Final Fantasy drama that I completely forgot. Are Twitter people watching right now? Probably not. Probably not. It's fine. Okay, no one wants to talk about Dawntrail. I want to talk about Dawntrail. Okay, so I gave each tier like its own. Each expansion will get its own tier. So we're gonna put it best to worst, okay? So the best expansion, the worst expansion, okay? Dawntrail. Shut up, Dawntrail. Stop, you guys. If you hate Dawntrail, you're racist. If you're Dawntrail, you hate Latinas, okay? Okay, if you hate Dawntrail, you hate Latinas. You hate bad bitches. If you hate Dawntrail, a big booty Latina will never come into your life, and you will be big booty Latina-less for the rest of your life. I'm sorry. That's just Leah. I am Latino. I'm Latino too, so I'm allowed to say if you hate Dawntrail, you're racist. If you hate Dawntrail, you hate me. That's how it is. If you hate Dawntrail, you hate me because you're racist. I don't even speak Spanish. Dios mío. Anyways, okay. So first up, this isn't even in order. Can I put these in order? Stormblood, Shadowbringers. Okay, there you go. Okay. Wouldn't no you you can't actually be racist in chat. That's crazy. How do you say? No, never mind. Okay. Anyways, the Lord of Rings stream, the MMO with every expansion that's better than Dawntrail. Do they have a game? Oh. Well, get well soon, I guess. Thanks for the $5. Okay, so. Oh wait, why did it put? Okay, Heavensward. So you have racism, extreme racism, maybe a little bit of racism, not that much racism. Yes. Am I a bad person for not playing? What is IV? What is 4? Final Fantasy 4? I've never played Final Fantasy 4. I don't know. What is that? The one with Terra? Don't answer. 4. I don't. I don't. 4. You mean 14? Yeah, you are. Kane. Oh! Kane Highwind! Oh! Kane Highwind is from Final Fantasy 4, you're right! I should play it. I should play it. My goat. My goat, Kane Highwind. Yeah. He's pretty much Estinian. Nobody can be like Estinian. You guys ever play 16? In 16, like at the very... Oh, wait, sorry, this might be a spoiler. Plug your ears. In 16, at the very beginning of the game, there's like a mini boss that you fight, right? Like, right at the start of the game, there's this mini boss that you fight. And he's a dragoon, and when he shows up, he's doing the cane high wind pose, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then when he jumps down and starts talking, it was a Stydian the entire time. It was a Stydian Wormblood. So 16 starts with an Stydian boss fight, and it's so great. It was so fun. Yeah. It was really cool. No one can. I like 16. I like 16. I have problems with 16, of course, but I think overall I really enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say it's a favorite, okay? I really like it, and I think the music is phenomenal in it. Like, it's got some of the... Like, Away, have you guys heard Away? That shit's so good. The cutscene with Phoenix, like that first cutscene with Phoenix that you get, is like the coolest thing I've ever seen. It could have been a lot better. But my problem overall with Final Fantasy games, as much as I love them, is I feel like the ending of Final Fantasy games, like when you get to the end game, it starts to lose me a lot. Like I feel like the ending of most, not all, but most Final Fantasy games gets like a little bit messy. It gets a little convoluted, like right at the end. So I was like, oh, 16 will definitely be better. And I feel like like that 16, that was like my biggest gripe with it, was towards the end of the game, it really started to fall apart. And I was like, oh, okay. 15 is a little bit like that too, right? 15 is a bit like that, but I feel like the payoff of 15 right at the end is way better than 16. I don't like the ending of 16. I did not enjoy the ending of 16 whatsoever. However, 15 still to this day is my favorite Final Fantasy ending. I love the ending of 15. It's so great. I will not stand for 15 slander. I think that people that don't like 15 are just you look too heavy at the game. You're looking at the game with yaoi goggles, but you're sitting there like, oh, I don't like gay men, but 15 is gay, which like it's yeah, as number one fujoshi in the entire world, it's really not. It's just bros being dudes. And I think that's fine. It's the boy band game. Yeah, it's just bros being dudes. You're having fun with your bros on a cool, fun adventure, and then it stops being fun like 3 hours into the game. It really sucks, and it becomes really miserable. And then like another 3 hours later, it's probably the worst experience you're ever gonna have. It is the only game to have pinball though, and I refuse to take 15 off of my computer specifically because of the fucking monster just as monsters. The pinball game in 15 is like crack cocaine for me. I'm still addicted to it. All of the hours I have in 15 are just from pinball. And I have a save file standing right next to the pinball machine so I can play whenever I want. It's so fun. The pinball, just as monsters. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I pin in balls. Yeah, anyways. I think 15's good. It was my first Final Fantasy game I've played from like the mainline Final Fantasies, and I really like it. And I think because it's my first game, I'll always have a soft spot for it no matter what. Right? I can stand by a lot of the problems people have with it. Not all of the problems, but a lot of the problems. But yeah, I'll never forget my first. I wanted to play 15 for years, but I couldn't afford a console to play it on, and I couldn't afford a computer to play it on. So I was like, the moment I get a computer of my own, I'm gonna play Final Fantasy 15. And I think because I wanted to play it for so long, it was really worth it. Yeah, I haven't played 13 yet. I haven't. I really need to finish 10, but I hate the Steam port of 10. That's why I haven't played it, is because I think the port is dog shit, and I don't I don't enjoy playing it because the port is not good. That's the only reason. Like the story, hate the port. So I just have to really find it within myself to pick it up again. I never understood why people complained about like the Final Fantasy ports, and then after playing 10, I'm yeah. Gentiana? Who the fuck is Gentiana from 15? 14? Wait, 15? I don't remember. I don't remember. Is she the... No, Arachne is a sexy one. Is a sexy one. I gotta be honest, the only characters I remember are like Luna's brother, because he's really hot, and Prompto's girlfriend. Prompto is a girlfriend. Iris is there too, outside of the main cast. Aranea, yeah. Okay, that's her name. Yeah, I don't fucking remember. Arden. I remember when I saw Arden, that guy pissed me off, and then I played 14, and I was like, oh, I get it now. My other Final Fantasy, like, mainline, or I guess it's not a mainline game, technically, but my other, like, controversial opinion is I think Strangers of Paradise is really good. I think Strangers of Paradise does not deserve the hate that people give it. I think Strangers of Paradise is so freaking good. That game was so fun. Like, overall, I think like the story of the game is like low-key ass, but like how much fun I had with it is like I had so much fun playing Strangers of Paradise. It's so cringe, but in like a good way, and I feel like the ending of the game is really cool. And then the plot twist and that they throw at you is like so crazy. The Strangers of Paradise Jack was gay plot twist is so fucking funny to me. The origin of all yaoi was fucking jackass yaoi is so fucking iconic. It's so funny to me. Like I don't know, it changes everything. He was gay? Him and Astos were yaoi. I love it. I love it. If you have not played Strangers of Paradise, please consider picking it up. It's super short. It's a very short game. The ending cutscene is it goes so hard. It's like so freaking cool. And it's very silly. I thought it was gonna be so dog shit, but I actually love it. Yeah, especially if you play it on easy. Yeah, I play all my games on easy. I'm a story player. I don't really like to focus on like the challenge of video games. I think you guys understand that after like watching me play games. I don't really enjoy like the challenging gameplay of games. I like the story, like the narrative stuff. And I feel like that's okay, right? Not everybody needs to yeah, if you like an action game, it's fine, but what I do Savage Rating? I wasn't really motivated to play like any challenging stuff until like raiding, but I also feel like if you're not raiding, there's really not much else to do because I don't like crafting either. Yeah, I'm a reader. I'm not a gamer. I'm a reader. That's why the story is the most important part to me. People are like, "Oh my god, I skipped the story in Final Fantasy 14 so I could get to the raids," and I have a bunch of friends that are like that, right? From like raiding, they're like, "Oh yeah, I skipped the story." I like my old co-healer. My old co-healer was like, "Yeah, I've never played the story. I just beelined right for the raids." And I was like, "What?" And then we were talking about Emmett Selk one time, and my co-healer was like, "Who's that?" And got Emmett Selk and Amaric mixed up, and I was like, "I'm gonna kill you." I think they can coexist. Yeah, I need to play Tactics again. I really need to. I haven't had the time for it, so maybe after next week I'll pick it back up. Yeah. If the game is too easy, do I get bored or not give a gas? If it's too easy, I get a little bored. Thank you for the $5 double dollars. I don't know. For a game, I don't want it to be like super easy, right? Like it's gotta grab my attention, right? Enough. But I don't know. It's also like a story thing. If I don't vibe with the story of a game, then I feel like the gameplay doesn't matter to me because I'm not enjoying the story. There was something I played recently that I dropped because I didn't like the story. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, there is something. I don't remember if it was on stream or off stream, but I just didn't like the story of it, so I stopped playing. Oh, Expedition 33! Ah, yes. Think, Leah, think. Expedition 33. That's a unique case for me, where I really enjoyed the gameplay of Expedition 33. Like a lot. I really liked the gameplay. But the story was just not... I did not like the story, so I dropped it. Because, yeah, even if the gameplay is really fun, it's not enough to keep me hooked on the game. Like, yeah, again, I really have to vibe with the story, and I just did not like... I did not like the story. But I stand by it having some of the most fun combat I've ever had in the game. I was really enjoying it. Yeah. I don't know. X-Mid-Edition. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I know everybody says it's got a really good story, but I couldn't do it. It wasn't for me. Everybody else in the world can enjoy Expedition 33, but I don't know. It wasn't even that it was French. I just thought it was boring. Yeah, it's just a parry simulator. I don't know, play Dark Souls then. I thought it was fun, the gameplay, but... Yeah, no, it doesn't need to be anime. I like stories that make me really emotional. I like stories with very big emotional highs and lows, right? Like, I don't know, if a story can make me cry, like really make me cry, then I don't know, I'll have like a very high opinion of it, but it's got to get me like emotionally, you know. And Expedition just 30, it didn't get me. Even if some people find it emotional, I guess it's like a personal thing. I didn't find it compelling. Yeah, play Kingdom Hearts. Play Kingdom Hearts, everybody. Yeah. Hades 2. I needed to play Hades 2. I played like the demo for a while, and yeah, I need to play it. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky, Time, Darkness. Oh, that's one of my favorite games ever in the history of ever. I've played a little bit of it on stream, like quite a few times. I love that game. It's like one of my favorite games ever. And not like Blue Rescue Team, Red Rescue Team, specifically the Explorers. And I think it peaked with Explorers and it's just never been good again. The story is really good. I don't know, as a kid, I was so scared of Dusknoir growing up because of that game. Yeah. Rebirth. Oh my god, Rebirth. I've never played Final Fantasy VII before the remakes, obviously, right? And I tried playing the remake when it came out because my best friend, it's her favorite video game, like of all time. So I was like, okay, I will play this for you, right? And I tried playing the remake, and I just didn't really like it that much. I just couldn't get into it. So like later we ended up going to like, after Rebirth came out, we went to like the Final Fantasy VII orchestra where they like played stuff from 7, and all I know is One Winged Angel, right? Obviously everybody knows that, but I didn't know anything else about the characters. And when we went, everybody was like crying and stuff, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I remember like they showed Rufus on screen and I was like, is that Sephiroth's brother? Because they looked the same. And the guy next to me started laughing and he was like telling me about how like he played the original and he thought the remake was really good and like I should play it. And I was like, I don't know. And then like my friend was like, no, you should really play it. Listen to that old guy. And I was like, I don't know. So then after the concert, I was like, okay, I'll play it. I'll try remake again. And I played remake and I still didn't really like it that much, but I liked Rufus a lot. So I was like, okay, whoa. I really liked Rufus. So then, before the PC port for Rebirth came out, my friend was like, you should play Crisis Core before so you can get like the full story. And I played Crisis Core. And to this day, Zack Fair is my favorite Final Fantasy character. Like, of every Final Fantasy game I've played overall, from all of them, I would say Zack is my #1 favorite of all of them. I wasn't anticipating that. I didn't know. I really didn't know. Crisis Core is actually pretty good. I don't know. I see a lot of mixed opinions about it, but I thought it was pretty good. I like silly campy games. And it's pretty silly and it's pretty campy though. Whoa, he just ate my hair. And like all the stuff with Genesis I thought was really fun. The ending of Crisis Core made me cry a lot. And I was like, oh damn, I didn't realize that like I was that into it because I was sobbing my eyes out during the ending. So then I played Rebirth, obviously, and I really wish that I had played Rebirth before I went to the orchestra because I feel like I would have really appreciated the Aerith section a lot more when it happened. But yeah, now like seeing the concert and then playing Rebirth, I was like, oh man. Oh man. Even thinking, I don't know, it's so fresh for me because like I only played these games pretty recently, but every time I think about Aerith, she makes me cry. I didn't even know I could get into 7 like that, but I really like it. I think it's very good. I understand why so many people like it. Yeah, Crisis Core is a little bit like all over the place, but I feel like it's very silly and it all kind of comes together in like a emotional way. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot in Crisis Core I really like. I like how silly Zack is, and I like how silly Sephiroth is. Both of them together are kind of silly, and I don't know, Angeal. I like Angeal. I thought he was pretty cool. I need to play the original, but I'm kind of like, should I play the original now? Or should I play it after part 3? I don't know. Yeah, recently I went to an event. I was invited by Square to a event, and I got to meet Hamaguchi, the 7 remake director, and that was pretty cool. I think. Yeah, surely you'll play it after part 3. Surely. But yeah. So I don't know, 7 kind of. I'm like, maybe I should replay 7. Should I play the original? I don't know. I like Sephiroth a lot, but I prefer Zack a lot more. I think I really like Zack. Yeah, I need to play more Final Fantasy games. I need to finish 10. I really want to play 6. I have no interest in playing 8. I gotta be real with you. Sorry. I know it's not something anybody in the stream wants to hear. I have 0 interest in playing 8. So you should start with Dirge of Cerberus. I want to play Dirge of Cerberus. I hear it's so dog shit. I want to so bad. 6, 7, 10. My favorites are I like 9. I like 9 a lot. Just the normal amount. I like 9. tactics. I think finishing tactics is my priority before anything else, though. Yeah. 6 is peak. I want to Kefka all over the place with everybody. I want to Kefka racism with everybody. Yeah. I like the soundtrack in 6. I was watching my friend play it a little bit, but 6-7. Yeah, Dancing Mad. I like Dancing Mad. I like Kefka. Kefka's silly. But okay, wait, I got off topic again already. Okay, I'm gonna actually have a focused yap session. Okay, a focused yap session. So, should we start in order of the expansions, or should we start in order of least to best? In my opinion, it's expansion ranking time. Do it from bottom to top. Okay, I'm gonna go bottom to top. The random order? No way. Order of X packs. Expansion release order. Okay, expansion release order. Let's go. So, A Realm Reborn. We'll start with The Realm Reborn. I am the least qualified person to give an opinion on this because I've attempted to play ARR 3 times in my life, and every single time I've played ARR, I've dropped it. I've immediately dropped ARR every single time I've tried to pick up the game from the beginning. I can respect ARR for a lot of it, and I think that there's a lot of good stuff in ARR, you know, because like you set up the story, you know, there's a lot of fun stuff. I think some of the job quests in ARR are really fun, like the Lancer job quest with Fucks. That's pretty cool. I like Gaius in ARR, like he's pretty cool. You know, the whole Thancred thing, the bloody banquet or whatever they call it, that's really cool. Everything that happens in like Ul'dah, I think is probably the highlight of ARR. And then you have Crystal Tower. You know, I have not played Binding Coils still, so don't ask me. Are those patches? I don't see. I don't fucking know. The first primal fight you do, I thought was so lame. I thought this shit was so lame. I was like, this is everyone's like, yo, this is the heat. Fighting Ifrit, this is so good. And then I was like there with Ifrit, and I was like, this is so dog water. What is happening? Did not enjoy it whatsoever. I'm sorry. I think yeah, it's very bloated. There's some stuff in it that I think is good, but I don't know. It's level 20 content. Okay, well, even being level 20 for the first time, I thought it was dog shit. So I don't know. I don't even think I made it to Garuda. I actually don't know when I stopped. Okay, the furthest I've ever gotten in ARR, and I don't remember when this is the first time you meet Harshiphant. Yeah. Yeah, the first time you meet Harshiphant is the furthest I've ever gotten in ARR. So I beat Titan. Okay, cool. I don't remember it, so it probably must not have been good. But I mean, I've done Titan like a million times at this point. It's too close. It is close to Garuda. The Feather Rain. Feather Rain. Yeah, I never saw Astinian in ARR. I never met Ysael in ARR. I didn't Shiva. I did Jails. Yeah, I'm really good at Jails. Would love to go back one day. Yeah, I don't know. I was also playing the game in Japanese, so every time Harshiphant talked, and sometimes like the translation wouldn't be correct, I was like, and then come to find out that there's like a whole thing about it, and I was like, oh, so I'm not crazy. Awesome. Is Astinian error? I don't. He's in the. I actually don't know. Was it? I don't know. Astinian, the Dragoon job. Is that ARR when you meet Alberic? I did the Dragoon job quest like in March, so I don't know. He's in the Lancer one. I think he was only in the Dragoon ones. Yeah, something like that. The localization is trash. I don't think the localization is trash. I think that the localization actually saved us from Harshifant saying that he wants to tie you up BDSM style like a horse and ride you. I think the localization saved us from having to hear Harshifant talk about his wet dreams he has of you naked and sweating. Some people are into that. That's not me. You should have said that in English. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. What do you mean saved? No, I don't. I'm sorry. He does say that. He does say that. I want no part of it. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I also missed out on the Crystal Tower, so I never got to see Grahatia. I'm not explaining my Grahatia story for the nth time on stream. If you guys have never heard my beef with Grahatia, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I never saw Graha from Crystal. I never played the Crystal Tower, and I think it's really funny because two of my favorite characters in the entire game are involved in it. So I'm, you know, anyways, because I have the least experience with this expansion, and you know, I've quit the game 3 times while trying to play it. I'm gonna put ARR in the bottom tier. I never saw Thancred. I never cared about Thancred. I'm sorry. In ARR, the only thing I cared about was Alphino. And then sadly, it wasn't enough to keep me interested. Yeah. You can do that in Shadowbringers, actually. Oh, actually, no, because Crystal Tower is mandatory. So yeah, you can do that in Shadowbringers to say his name. You can even ask about him. But because Crystal Tower is mandatory, but because I bought the skip, it just auto did it for me, so I still had the option to. You know. I don't know. Before, when it wasn't mandatory, I started playing the game in May 2024. I don't know what you want from me. I'm not that old. I was not born when it wasn't mandatory. I was born in May 2024. Leave me alone. Mandatory in 5 point. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Anyways, the next expansion. Okay, D tier. No, wait, not D tier. Oh, Heavensward. Okay, Heavensward opinion. Okay. Okay, going in order of the X packs. Heavensward. Well, I have a lot of opinions on Heavensward because it was the first part of the game that I actually played. And even though the beginning of it was confusing because I didn't play ARR, going through it, I really liked it. It's got like the Game of Thrones atmosphere. You know, I like a good story about corrupt Catholics, and it was really good. And yeah, I thought you played before. No, I started May 9th, 2024 is the first day. Yeah, it's very high fantasy, but it's very dark also. Yeah, fighting Thor Dusi, I didn't give a fuck before, and then after doing the vault, I gave a fuck. Yeah, it wasn't until Heavensward that I felt like I was emotionally invested in the story, right? And that's a thing, right? I also think just like the side quests and stuff in Heavensward are really good because I really like the Dark Knight quests. There's some fetch quests that you can do. And Ishgard, I think, are really good. I just really like Ishgard in general. I think they're all really funny. And the poverty, like, classism, racism that they've got going on is just, like, mind-blowing to me. That they're like, yeah, we lynch Ara for fun because the church says that they're dragons. And then the Ara are like, we're not fucking dragons, bro. And the Ishgardians are like, well, we gotta lynch you because we're racist. That was crazy. We kill the poor children. Also, the machinist quest that has you running around just shooting orphans for no reason. That was pretty great. Yeah, and it's got Estinian. And it's got Estinian, and I love to hate that guy. Estinian was like easily my favorite part of Heavensward because I was so invested in seeing people treat him horribly because he was such an awful person. And yeah, and it gave us a dark quest, and I fucking love the dark quest. It's so good. The best part of the Dark Knight quest is the part when the guy, you like go help out the guy that's like, go get my boxes, and then you get his boxes back for him, and you have to like kill people that stole his boxes, and then there's like blood on his boxes, and he's like, hey, fuck you, there's blood on my boxes. And you're like, you wanted the boxes back, and he's like, not with blood on it. And then Frey is like, I'm going to feed you to Leviathan. That's the best part of the Dark Knight quest. And then you go insane and you start killing yourself. I haven't played the Paladin story quest. I have no plans to. Skip button. Anyways, I like Estinian a lot because he's racist and because he's stupid. There's a lot of reasons to love that guy, but then he becomes not racist, and he actually becomes like the most multicultural character in the game. Bro becomes an honorary Japanese man. He becomes an honorary Middle Eastern man. He becomes an honorary Mexican. And then he starts having sex with dragons. Pretty great. It's pretty baller. I don't know. Mr. Worldwide. Yeah, he's great. He's my favorite hobo. He's my favorite character. Him, Graha, and Amon in the game are my favorite characters. I will always have a soft spot for Estinian because if it wasn't for that stupid Moogle incident, I would have never been motivated or interested enough to keep playing the game. And yeah, him being stupid with the Moogles was enough for me to get invested in it because I just wanted to keep seeing him be stupid, and it paid off. So yeah, because of that, I mean, Heavensward just overall is peak. It's got Alexander, which I also like. That was also the first time that like Charlian gets mentioned, and I was like really loving Idleshire. I loved Idleshire the first time I went there. I was like, oh my god, it reminds me of Zora's Domain from Legend of Zelda. This is so cool. And then I remember asking my friend, and I was like, are we gonna get to go to Charlian one day? I really want to go to Charlian. Like, everything they're saying about Charlian sounds so good. I really want to see it. And my friend was like, no, like, we haven't gotten to go to Charlian yet, but, you know, maybe one day I want to see it too. And I was like, man, I want to see Charlian. Hopefully the next, you know, the big Dawntrail will have Charlian. And she was like, yeah, surely. Also, the Manderville quest in Dawntrail is really good because it has Vivi. My little Manderville man, my Vivi-ling. Yeah, it's got Chloe, who I sell my soul to every week, and it's got Amaric. Yeah, and it had the painfully Ishgardian man, but then you had to accept the quest with him, so then yeah. My friends gaslit me a lot when I was playing, which I feel like was very enjoyable. Yeah, people say they hate the Manderville quests. What? I think they're so fun! I haven't finished the Stormblood one, so I'm still pretty behind, but I really like the Heavensward one. Yeah, just like I'm probably not like 100 line. Well, yeah. Charlian City hub music. I don't know if I've ever said this on stream actually, but ever since the first time that you go to Charlian in Endwalker, ever since then, the first time you hear the Nautilus Knoweth, from that moment until present day, I listen to that song every single night, and I have like consistently since the day that I got there. I think it's really chill, and I listen to it while like I brush my teeth and stuff, and it's very nice. Like in the evening, every single night without fail. Even when I travel, I just put like my headphones in and I listen to it. That's become like a very integral part of my evening routine. Yeah, that's like one of the best songs I've ever heard in a video game ever. And I like it a lot. So yeah. Yeah. Because of that, I'm gonna put Heavensward in B tier. Okay? I'm gonna put Heavensward in B tier. Yes. The secret E tier below a Realm Reborn, a Heavensward. It's okay, you boo me, but I have my reasons, okay? Okay? I low-key agree. It's definitely one of the best patches in the entire game. However, even though the patch quest for expansions is a very important thing for me when I'm considering like a ranking of stuff. The patch quests are really important to me when considering everything. And even though Heavensward patch quests do end up being very good, I think that they are completely overshadowed by some of the other patch quests in the game. Okay? The final steps of faith. I like the final steps of faith. I have problems with it, but I think overall it's pretty good. Okay. The expansion that includes Astro and that scene is only B tier. I've got my reasons. Hold on. The Warriors of Darkness patch quest was boring. Yes. I did not care for the Warriors of Darkness patch quests and everything going on with the Lit Abyss. Now, obviously, in hindsight, that's... You know, that was crazy. In hindsight, whatever. But when... Like, thinking about when I was going through it and not hindsight, I thought it was boring. And even though knowing how it goes in Shadowbringers with all of that, you know, I could see it being better, but I still feel like the writing of it is weaker. So, yeah, no one knew where the Warriors of Darkness stuff would end up. Top 10 craziest moments in the entire game. Okay, Stormblood is next. Okay, Stormblood is very divisive. My credentials on my Stormblood opinion is that I played Stormblood in 2 days. The entirety of Stormblood, like from the beginning until the last patch quest, I played it in 2 days, like non-stop. I was not taking my time with that shit. We had to go. Emmett Selk was in Shadowbringers. We had to go. Okay, the entire reason I was playing this game was to understand Emmett Selk, and Shadowbringers was right there. We had to fucking go. Now, the reason it took 2 days is because I ended up actually getting really into the Stormblood story. I have some big opinions about Stormblood, though. My first big opinion is I fucking hate Xenos. I do not like a single thing about Xenos. At all. Like, legitimately my least favorite character in the entire... Here we go! I don't like Xenos! You could never pay me to like that guy, okay? My other opinion is I don't like Yotsuyu. Now, maybe that could be because I hate women. Maybe that could be because I just think she's a bitch. Both of those opinions can also coexist at the same time. Maybe I hate women and I think she's a bitch. I don't like Yotsuyu. I don't like Xenos. So now, where does my opinion on Stormblood go? It's an L, but it's also kind of a W. Okay. Despite hating Xenos, I think Stormblood does a really good job of making him scary. right? Because I was scared of him when I was playing Stormblood. I do not like him because I was scared of him playing like the game, right? I love Fordola. I did not like Fordola in the beginning, but after everything comes full circle with her and like, you know, in the patch quests and stuff, I adore Fordola. I think she's so great. Yes, I really like her. I love her entire story. I like the resistance stuff going on. There is some stuff in Stormblood I was really not a fan of, obviously. However, the whole resistant stuff, you know, the MSQ is good. It's good. It's okay, right? Like it's pretty good. It's okay. I can understand why a lot of people don't like Stormblood, and you know, I feel pretty meh on the MSQ overall. Like it's good, but also, you know, The Stormblood patch quest. Everybody shut up. The Stormblood patch quests are so fucking good. It's not even a competition. Those Stormblood patch quests are some of the best that are in the game. They are phenomenal. I cannot think of better patch quests, okay? You have the Gimlet Dark, right? The Gimlet Dark. You have an entire scene with the Warrior of Light like running up on the battlefield and everyone trying to like stall for time until like you, who's like that guy, shows up to fight Xenos, right? You have the Astidian thing that happens where Xenos almost kills you and Astidian saves you, and that's really romantic. You have you have Emmett Selk showing up for the very first time and dropping the entire lore bomb on you that is Prelude in Violet, which makes you shit your pants because he's just like, oh yeah, I'm you know, Emmett Selk in Ascian, and you're like, okay, cool. And he's like the father of the Garlean Empire, Solus, and you're like, I'm sorry, what? And then he's like, oh, hee. Anyways, I got other stuff to do, bye. And then they leave you with that until Shadowbringer starts. It's great. It's so good. And then, obviously, you have what is, like, without contest, my favorite patch in the entire game, which is 4.3. 4.3 remains uncontested my favorite patch in the entire game, because it is the only patch to have Asahi Sauce Brutus. No, it's not that guy! Stop! my favorite little gay orphan, Asahi Sauce Brutus. When I started playing the game, because I really like Scaramouche from Genshin Impact and they look similar, my friends were like using him to like get me into the game, and I was like, oh, who's that guy? And they're like, oh, it's, you know, Fandaniel. And so when I met Asahi, I was like, oh yeah, I thought his name was Fandaniel. And then they forgot that they told me that, and they were like, sorry, we had it mixed up with someone else. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, yay, Asahi. Don't worry about it, kitten. Okay, yay! But yeah, I love everything about Asahi. He's so suave and he's so like helpful, and you know, even though we're on like different ends of the fight, he's like still very, very amicable, and he's like you know, he just wants peace, and he's here to, you know, negotiate to get Yotsuyu back because he cares about her a lot, and just wants like you know, peace. And he's so like suave and he's so cool, and like he's, you know, you're kind of like, okay, I like this guy. Yeah, he's pretty cool. And then it feels like they hit you with a steel frying pan out of nowhere. Like he just hits you across the face with this frying pan, And you're like, I'm so sorry, what the fuck is happening? And he's like, die, 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 die. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, die, 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 go to hell, burn in hell, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I'm gay. And you're like, I'm sorry, you're what? And he's like, I'm gay, I hate you. And you're like, okay, did anyone else see that? And they're like, Asahi's a great guy. And you're like, you're just whispering Latin curses at me, what the fuck? It's the best. It's actually the best. Yeah, it's Eito saying disgusting, revolting, stomach churning, nauseating, vile, except he's a little... gay communication. Yeah. They actually had to animate him crouching if your wool is a lot. Yeah! Have you seen the gif of like him crouching down in front of the Lalafell that's like in the little chicken suit? I like that one. Oh, to play that cutscene as a Lalafell, so Asahi Sauce Brutus has to kneel down in front of you. Oh. Oh man. Yeah. So anyways, because of that, I put Stormblood in A tier. Simply because the patch quests are my favorite in the entire game. Again, no contest. My favorite. Did I mention those patch quests are my favorite because... yeah, it's great. Alright, Shadowbringers time. This is Shadowbringers is below S tier. I mean Shadowbringers is would have been an Akasupa for S. Could you imagine if I said Stormblood is the best patch? I feel like people would get genuinely upset at me. That's why Dawntrail is... okay, anyways. Washer, thank you for the $50 double dollars. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers... all I knew about Shadowbringers going into it was that Emmett Selk was there. And I don't think I can show the actual fan art that got me to play to care about Shadowbringers at all on stream because I don't know the source of it. I just saw it like on... around back in the day. It's gay porn. It's not gay porn. It's not gay porn. I don't know the source of it. I think I know the source of it, but I don't know. It is I will describe it to you, okay? It is a picture of Emmett Selk. Oh wait, actually let me pull this up so I can describe it to you perfectly. It is in I have it saved. If I go here, okay? And then I sent this to someone recently. I think it was Sleepy. I think I sent this to Sleepy recently. Yeah, okay. So it is a picture of... I don't want to describe this anymore. I think I changed my mind. I think I don't want to describe this anymore. My cat is eating a bug and it scared me. Okay. What did Emmett Selk ever do to you? I mean, he... I'm scared. I think there's a spider on my floor that she's eating. Okay, whatever. Tweet the picture. I don't know the source of it. I don't know. Okay, it is a picture of Emmett Selk, okay? And somebody's Warrior of Light. And okay. I don't know how to describe this without making it sound weird! Oh god! So it is gay. It's not gay. It's not. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? Fuck you guys. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys, but I have to put this on screen first. Okay. I will show you guys. It is nothing bad. I swear on my life. I do not know the source, so do not. I just yeah, do not. I don't. If you know the source, tell me the source. But otherwise, wait. Actually, I don't know where this is on the computer now that I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is. Okay, the picture that got me to play Shadowbringers. I talk about this with all the positive light in my brain. Okay. Receiving back. No! No! This is the photo that got me to play Shadowbringers. It's like 14 at all. Okay? This one. Yes. Okay? So anyways, that was all I knew about Shadowbringers going into it. Was like, oh whoa, that's crazy. Is he a Tumblr sexy guy? Whoa! So I was like, yeah, Emmett sucks. So I was really excited to play Shadowbringers. So I was like, that. Whoa, yeah. Okay. So I start Shadowbringers fully anticipating that Emmett Selk is going to be my favorite character, like, ever. I'm like, this guy is gonna ruin my entire life. He's gonna be my favorite ever. Why is he? You've never played Shadowbringers? You don't know? Wait, what? You guys don't know the? It's because your Warrior of Light is like coughing up like puddles of blood because they're like being. It's light, yeah. Well, it's like blood, but also like light because you have like too much light in your body, and you're like turning into this monster. Emmett Selk is like, come to my lair, and I will turn you into a monster, and I'll sit in the chair and watch while you turn into a monster. And you're like, I don't really want that. He's like, I don't care. We're gonna do it. You're like, I don't want that. He's like, didn't ask. Yeah, it's the Sin Eater, light. Yeah. It's certainly something. Yeah. It's like because Shadowbringers, right? There's too much light in the world. So instead of being the warrior of light, you are the warrior of darkness, and you have to bring the shadows to this world that has only light in it. And Shadowbringers is really interesting because it kind of feels like its own like standalone story a little bit. It's like an isekai type of story, and I feel like a lot of what goes on there, like Shadowbringers could in theory be its like own game, like on its own. I think being connected to everything else in the game makes Shadowbringers way more meaningful. But if they were to create a game that was just Shadowbringers and call it like, a Final Fantasy game that was only Shadowbringers, I think it could work. Yeah, you like obviously changing the context and stuff, but it feels in a way like a very fresh isekai story. In a way, okay, right? It's very good. It's the fan favorite expansion. Yeah, and they did that. It's called Metaphor. Yo, peak mention. Strollville. Any Strollville shipper? Anyways, Shadowbringers, right? Go into it expecting Emmett Selk to be my favorite character. Now, please keep in mind, who is my least favorite character in the entire game, if not Xenos? Who's a character I've never met that I've been beefing with for like years without knowing anything? Who's a character that I fucking hate with every not a Sinian. Not it's Grahatia, guys. Who's that Pokemon? It's Grahatia. It's Grahatia. It's Pikachu! I hate Grahatia, right? I start Shadowbringers. Well, I fully anticipate Emmett Selk being my favorite character, but the moment the Crystal Exarch shows up, I feel like every ounce of intelligence leave my body. Oh god, I feel like the Exarch. It's happening. I should replay I should. While I'm at the gym tonight, I should rewatch Shadowbringers cutscenes. It's happening. Oh god. I miss him! I miss the Exarch! Shadowbringers cutscenes and I'm at the gym today. You're so right. I go crazy for that guy. He's legitimately one of the best written characters I have like ever come across in fiction, ever, like legitimately ever. Right? I'm like, Emmett Silk will be my favorite character, and then the Crystal Exarch is like, he's like, you brought the shadows, you did it, you are the shadow bringer, and he's like on his knees in front of you, like revering you like some god, while he like talks about you in like the most like it's like romantic, but like romantic in the way that you talk about like loving Jesus almost. Like he thinks you're Jesus. And he's I don't know, the way that he's like singing your praises and stuff, and you're like, oh my, stop, that's weird. And he's like, I'm not done, I've got a whole book full of that, like let me continue. And you're like, I don't want you to do that, this is awkward. And he's like gathered the entire town, the entire Crystarium to listen to him like praise you for 4 hours and like a sermon. And you're like, hey, can you make him stop? And they're like, he just does this sometimes. You're like, okay, I guess. That's awesome. Yeah, he makes you sandwiches. He brings sandwiches to your room because he knows you're stressed out. And he's like, yeah, I just want to make sure you're eating well. So I'm gonna make you sandwiches to cheer you up. You know, and you're like, okay, thanks. Well, on the opposite side, Emmett Selk is like sleeping in trees, and he's like, hey sexy, slaps your ass, want to turn into a giant meat monster for me? And you're like, I'm not really feeling it today. And he's like, well, you know where to find me if you ever want to become a meat monster. And you're like, not gonna do that. And then Emmett Selk one day, you're like hanging out, and Emmett Selk is like, I'm in love with you. And you're like, what did you just say? And he's like, nothing. It's nothing, actually. Yeah, that conversation with Emmett that you have in front of the elevator is like the funniest conversation ever. Because you're like, hey Emmett, how's it going? And he's like, pretty good. And he starts like reminiscing. And he's like, yeah, and I think I'm in love with you. And you're like, what did you just say? And he's like, don't worry about it, kitten. And you're like, what? Sorry, that was a weird thing to say. I wish I was exaggerating, but that's like not even an exaggeration. Like unfortunately, that's how that cutscene plays out. Is like Emmett is like reminiscing in like the old days, right? And you're like, wow, that sounds great. And he's like, yeah, like you and I, well, it's nothing, not like you'd remember. And you're like, remember what? And then he leaves, and you're like, wait, remember what? And then what did you mean by that? Why did he say that? If your heart can be broken, so can mine. Like, shut the fuck up. You really used to be a baddie when you were whole. I remember getting that cutscene, and I was like so floored playing it with my friends. I was like, guys, what did he mean by that? And they were like, whoa, what did he just say? I didn't know he says that. And I was like, do you guys really not know that he said that? Like, am I the only person that read that? Like, did you guys hear that? And they're like, no, like, that's crazy. What? Like, that must be a scene we didn't get. And I was, okay, anyways. Immediately after that scene, you get to throw rocks at the Exarch, which is also awesome. You can pelt him with rocks just because, which I didn't want to do because you only said it to me. I'm the 7/14th. The other of my friends were they're still sundered. They haven't rejoined yet. I didn't want to throw rocks at the Exarch because I wasn't like playing Shadowbringers. I'm always thankful I never played it on stream. One, because I was playing for like 10 hours non-stop. Well, I guess I did that with 100 line, but I was also losing my mind. And I was not being spoiled, which is also really fun. But I was in love with the X-Arc. I was like, okay, he's my favorite character in the whole game. Like, I'm in love with him. Like, not even in the sense of, like, I love him as a video game character. Like, this is the first time I've ever felt true love in my entire life. And I understand why people marry video game characters, like, unironically. There will never be anyone like him in the world ever. And I want to marry him in real life. Like, I'm about to become one of those delusional people. Like, I'm in love with him. Right? Right? Yeah. And so then after that, you know, you have that really romantic conversation with him on the cliff, and I was like, wow, whoever he's in love with is a really lucky person, because I wish he would talk about me like that. Man, to have the affections of the Crystal Exarch, that person must be so lucky. I hope he can be with them and be happy, because that's the best thing I can do for him. Same, and I'm a straight dude. Yeah, I was like, man, whoever he's in love with is so lucky. I just want to help him so that way he could be reunited with them, you know? Man, and then it happens. And then it happens. And I've never had so many complicated emotions before, like, so suddenly in my entire life, all at once. You know, me hating Graha Tia, right? I hate Graha Tia. He is my least favorite character that I've never met. And you mean to tell me that I was in love with him the entire time? It felt like the cruelest form of torture I've ever experienced. My inspiration, fare you well. My inspiration. I'm gonna kill that guy. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna rip his limbs off of his body. I hate that guy. I had so many complicated emotions, but my emotions were, I don't like Emmett Selk as much as I thought I did, because I was actually in love with Graha Tia the entire time. I feel like Graha isn't as cool now that he's not the Exarch. Like, as the Exarch, he had like a very certain I don't know how to explain it. Right? As the Exarch, there was like something about him that was just so good. And as Graha, like, there's his moments where he has it, but just overall, like, he was old. It wasn't that he was old, okay? It's not that he's old. It's I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's not because he was old. I think it's because he was trying to act cool and mysterious. Yeah, he was trying to act like some cool, like, suave fairy tale character. Now he's just a loser. He had aura. He's unk. He's washed. Yeah. Yeah, the scene in Dawntrail with the canals. Okay, the scene in Dawntrail with the canals made me cry. What he was saying, but I think, like, okay, I'll hold off. I'll hold off talking about that for a little bit more. Yeah, he was LARPing. He was LARPing and it worked. I like Shadowbringers overall. It is without a question the best patch in the entire game. But I feel like the patch quests in Shadowbringers 5.3 obviously is like overall, right? Like, not my own personal opinion, but just like factually, it is the best patch quest the game has. Obviously, my opinion is different than that, but 5.3 remains the fan favorite patch quest, like, ever, right? Yeah, and then you have like the Whirlit raids, which were like so fucking good. The everything with Gaius and Whirlit. Oh my god. You've got the Fandaniel patch, which is also really good. 5.1, 5.2 were a little underwhelming. I also didn't like 5.4 that much. Really liked 5.5, obviously, but Yeah, 5.3 is just so fucking good. Ugh. But I think the thing that kind of makes Stormblood at least like a smidge, like gives Stormblood a little bit of an upper leg on Shadowbringers is I feel like Stormblood, the patch quest, the build up to Shadowbringers is a lot better than the Shadowbringers patch quest of saying goodbye to everything. I feel like Stormblood's patch quests were like super mysterious and it was like, it felt super dangerous, right? And like everything was really high stakes. You've got like the Exarch that you don't know is the Exarch, like whisking your friends away and like, you know, now you're all alone. And yeah, the mystery factor and the build up to Shadowbringers. And I don't know, I feel like a really sad with the Shadowbringers patch, like saying goodbye to that. I would be happy if we just never left, I think. But yeah, that's just my own opinion, I guess. Okay. Next is Endwalker. I'm gonna say it right now, the Endwalker patch quests are dog shit. The reason why Endwalker patch quests are dog shit is the story is so lame. I really like the goofiness of them. Oh dear, she's dropping. I like the goofiness of them. I like Estinian naked, obviously. My cat and my dog are playing on the other side of my door right now, and she's tormenting him. I've never heard her bark that loud, but it's because my cat is being an asshole right now. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Endwalker patch quests are dog shit, but I like the Estinian naked scene. That was really great. I also like that you get to hang out with Estinian the entire time and see him be goofy. I don't know. It's great to me. It's just very strange, I think, coming off of everything that Endwalker was. But what do I know? But Endwalker as a whole, I feel like I can't rate it as highly simply because there's better patches or better MSQ in my opinion. But Endwalker is really good. Very good. I think it starts off a bit slow, but once it picks up, it really picks up. Signing, thank you for the $5 $. She's a girl, stop it. Oh, Estinian. Wait, you're right. Never mind. Estinian. Sorry. She's girls for Estinian hashtag. 24-man was boring. What was the 24-man for Endwalker? Oh my god, what is a 24-man for Endwalker? It's... Oh, it's the one with the 12. Oh, I didn't like that as much either. It's cool because you get to go through it with Graha, and I like that you get to fight Halone, and I got to see Thalaic, but that's it. Yes, okay, Endwalker, right? I think Endwalker throws a lot of curveballs into the story that are really good, right? Like, I like everything going on with Garlemald. I loved the Garlemald stuff. With Euless and like, you know, being there in Garlemald and trying to like, you know, be good with everyone while all this crazy shit is going on with Fandaniel. Obviously, the best moment in the entire game is when you get to go to Sharlayan, right? You finally get to go to Sharlayan after all this time, and it's like a dream come true. It's so cool. Yeah, it's so over. Garlem all this. Yeah, and then Endwalker also has some guy blowing his brains out all over the Garlean flag. They never take down for some reason, so you can still go see his blood all over the Garlean flag, which is like so fucking cool. but also the Zodiark being the first trial in Endwalker. Right? Where the fuck do you go from Zodiark, the big bad evil of the entire game, being the first boss that you fight out of 3 bosses in an X-Pack? That was insane, because I had no idea that, like, where the story even goes, right? Right? They should do that again. Exactly. Yeah, I also like that everybody fucking hates you for what you did to the Pretoria. That's also really good. I like that nobody likes you and you feel really scary and dangerous. Yeah, the entire thing of like fighting Zodiark right away, I felt was really, really cool. And then, yeah, you get to go to Elpis, which I certainly have no strong opinions on whatsoever. You know? How could I ever have strong opinions on Elpis? I mean, Emenselk is like okay, Vana is like cool, like everything with Vana is like crazy. Hythlodaeus is really cool. Yeah. Oh my god, wait, I forgot about the fucking dinner scene with Fandaniel. I have a little standee of Xenos, Fandaniel, and the Warrior of Light sitting at the dinner table from that scene. It's so good. Fandaniel is really sexy for that. Who said that? That's crazy. Anyways, Elpis. Elpis. Yeah, I have no strong opinions on Elpis whatsoever, and I definitely don't think that there was any character worth mentioning there. Unrelated, but did you know you could go to a specific character's house in Elpis? It's at the very corner of the map. You have to fly there, but you can go to a very specific character's house. And there is no bed in there because that character is a fucking psychopath. It's so cute. It's so cute. When I found it, I was geeking. I was so happy. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, Hermes is like top 3 characters in the entire game. I love him. I love him so much. Yes, I AFK there all the time, actually, unironically. Yeah, I love Hermes very much. So much. I think he's wonderful. He's Moe, and he's got BPD. And he's my beautiful princess with several disorders. So anyways, yeah. I don't know. I also thought that Endwalker did the emotional beats of everything really well, right? Having everything end very well, come full circle, I think is very well done. That end walk scene really gets you. Emmett is really cool in Endwalker. I really love him. Even though I don't like Xenos, I hate Xenos, I think the ending of Endwalker is really cool. I do think, even though it was not for me specifically, I do think that the stuff with Xenos is really fun. Yeah. I don't know. Because of that though, because I think there are better expansions, I don't think Endwalker is bad. Patch Quest definitely kill it for me. I don't think Endwalker is bad, but there are better things that come before it. So because of that, I'm gonna put Endwalker in D tier. So then we get to Dawntrail. So we get to Dawntrail. The Endwalker raids, oh, they're the best raids in the game. Easily. I love the raid story. Without question, dude. Athena is so fun. I love Athena. I miss Athena. I miss a bad bitch who whips me with tentacles and puts me in a little box and shakes it up and tortures me. And she's a woman. I also miss La Habrea injecting foreign liquids into our bodies. I miss building tree. I love caloric. I love caloric. I miss high concept. Whitestone Black is so good, but I miss high concept. Let's do high concept again. I remember Hegemony. I remember Hegemony. I have a little poster of her. Yeah, possible tree. We were busy making the tree. I like high concept. I think part 2 of La Habrea's fight is like the most fun thing ever. It's so good. Athena obviously is just the best fight in the entire tier, no question. It's so fucking fun. I really want to go back in, but yeah, I don't know. The raids are good. The raids are really good. However, you know what raids are better? The Dawntrail raids. Story is not as good, but I think the raids are very fun. Dawntrail's raids are so freaking fun. Like, I don't know. The gear is very hit or miss depending the class you play, because I feel like healers for the first tier, Dawntrail had the best gear. This tier, oh wait, no, it's this tier. This tier, the healers have the best one. Last tier, I also liked the healer one, so I don't really know. But yeah, Dawntrail Savage tiers are so fucking fun. They're so fun. Thematically, maybe people don't like them, but I think musically, they're really fun. And I don't know. I'm an M6 truther. I love M6 so much. It's like my favorite fight in the whole game. I adore that fight. It's so fun. Keep on grooving, baby. Keep grooving, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked the first tier. My static imploded on Honeybee Lovely. That's crazy. I became a PF terrorist with Honeybee Lovely because I didn't have a static. It was so good. M fight is the best fight. I think M6 is the best fight. I think M6 is the best fight. M7 is very fun if you're a healer, but I think M6 is the best fight overall. The Savages are very fun. The normals are pretty okay, but M6 is also my favorite raid song next to Scream. I don't know, I love M6. I also spent so long in there that I felt like I have psychosis and Stockholmed myself into liking it. So maybe that's it. I don't like M8. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. It's not that I think M8 is hard. I'm really bad at Beck and Moonlight, but that's like whatever. I don't like M8 because I think part 2 is super boring. Like extremely boring. A lot of people are it's stupid. Any climbers climbing in the ring? Anyone feel like climbing? When I climb in his bed, we lock eyes, and that's when I realize that I'm gay. This is Slay. This is where I was meant to lay. Bare my cock, bare my balls. My heart races against the... My cock throbs against the thrill of your walls. As I run and I howl at the moon, I'm gay. Bars? Yeah. What? Those are the lyrics. No. Wasn't it Bella who made that? I don't know. I don't remember. It's so good. It's so good. Why does it turn gay? Retsara's gay. Retsara, well, I don't know that he was gay. He had 2 lovers. And let's just say the Brute Bomber was not the one entering from the back. I miss them. Anyways, I don't know. I think part 2 of M8 is too repetitive, I think is my thing. I think I think that the platforms are very unique, and I like the platform mechanic, but I think the actual mechanics of part 2 are just very repetitive. They're a bit boring. Part 1 is definitely more fun. But it's okay. I like the Brute Abominator fight. That one's also very fun. I like it. As a healer, it can get really scary. I feel like M8, maybe that's it. As a healer, M8 expects you to play very precisely, like almost perfectly, because if you get hit by something, the entire fight like snowballs, right? If like one person is down, the fight snowballs very quickly. So there's really no point, because like everything will likely fall apart very soon. M7 Brute Abominator, if someone dies, you can adjust to like cover for them, but you have to really think about it, and the damage output for that is recoverable, but it's very difficult, right? And I think that I prefer like challenging healing over just like resetting the entire thing, because it's kind of a pain in the ass having to go all the way back to the beginning just to make it through part 2 again. Yeah, I don't know. I know ultimates are like that as well, so I don't know. I'm gonna love Top. I miss Top! I want to do Program Loop again so badly! Please, God, let me finish my work! Oh my God! I'm not gonna be able to raid until the new tier comes out, like, actually, because I'm swamped with work for the next, like, month and a half. But at least by the time Savage comes out, I'll be free and I can raid. But God, I wish I could do an ultimate in the meantime! I want to raid! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's fine. But yeah, the raids aside, the Dawntrail MSQ. Okay. Dawntrail MSQ is like... Don't talk about the MSQ. Okay. The dungeons in Dawntrail. The dungeons, overall, some of them are very boring. Overall, the dungeons are pretty fun. Okay? The first dungeon that you do in the game is really fun. And I also like the Vanguard. Oops. Vanguard is also very fun. Alexandria is also very fun. The one where Thancred and Urianger were fucking with us. That's the first one. It's so fun. I think like Dawntrail starting out with like you, Thancred, Urianger, the twins. Well, my hot opinion is I don't think the twins should have been involved in Dawntrail. I think they should have stayed back in Garlemald, and it should have really focused on Kryl and Erenville, because I think like a big part of why I don't like Dawntrail is that I feel like it was supposed to be the Kryl X-Pack, and Kryl was like not relevant until the last like 30 minutes of the fucking expansion. And it really sucks. It really sucks, right? Because I would have been okay if like the other characters weren't in it as much, because they really wanted to focus on Kryl, you know? Because I feel like she's not a very strong character, and so Dawntrail promised a lot of things for her, and then it was like Wuklamot instead of Kryl when it should have been So, you know, but I do like the friendly rivalry that you've got going on with Thancred and Urianger, and them adopting Kona as their little son. I thought that was great. Yeah. I don't know. Erenville was also supposed to be a big part of the story, and I just feel like he was definitely involved more than Kryl, but I don't feel like any of the stuff that happened with Erenville made me really like him too much until the very end. I think Dawntrail has problems, obviously, throughout the story, but I think the living memory section of Dawntrail is very well done. And I think that the living memory section tying back into the main theme of Dawntrail is really good. The living memory part of Dawntrail, I think, is like a top 5 moments in Final Fantasy for me in 14. I think that like living memory definitely doesn't hit the same for everyone in like the message or the theme, but for the people that it is relevant to, I think it does a good job of hitting home in all the right places. Yeah, it's very, very nostalgic in terms of like the theme, but I don't know. I think that if you've lost someone in your life that you're very close to, and like they really try to make that relevant in the living memory. So some people, you maybe relate to it a lot, some people not as much, but yeah, it's hard to make something that pleases everybody, right? Yeah, I don't know. I also am not the biggest Wooklamot fan, right? I definitely don't love her. I think if we had her as a main part of the story in the first part, that would have been fine. I don't think she should have come along for the second part. That's where I'm at with Wooklamot. I don't think she's necessarily a bad character. I just think that she should have not come along for the second part. Yeah, she should not have come for the Alexandria stuff. I also don't like any of the stuff they did with Zoralja. So, part of it, you know, Dawntrail sucks balls. I think it's okay to have a wrong opinion, okay? Okay, I think everybody's entitled to having a wrong opinion sometimes, and I think that people that don't like Dawntrails for like, oh, Wooklamot bad, I don't think that your opinion is valid, is my opinion. I think that you're focusing too much on one part, and also no one cares if you hated Dawntrail, because at the end of the day, there are still people that liked it, and it's still gonna be a part of the game. So stop bitching and just deal with it. I don't like Zoralja. I don't know. I feel like, well, okay. The only good part about Zoralja is I think his trial is really fun, and it has some of the best music in the entirety of Dawntrail, which is hard to beat because I think the music in Dawntrail is like some of the best, right? Like musically, they have a lot of good stuff going on, but Zoralja's fight is so fun, and the music is like a big part of why it's so fun. Yeah, Smile is horrible. No, I didn't include Smile in that. Okay, Smile's not included in that. Smile's dog shit. It's like the worst song in the game. It's so out of place. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Alexandria's theme is good. Smile's so bad, dude. Smile's so bad. I also like Spheen's song. Spheen's boss fight. That song. I think Spheen's boss fight is really cool. Dawntrail, however, I will say at this moment in time, okay, 7.3. I'm a big Calyx fan, obviously, okay? Okay, no mystery that I am a big fan of Calyx. We wonder why that is. As of 7.3 though, I think the story will be a lot more promising. When Oomph-kun showed up at the end of 7.3, I think the story is very solid. Okay, for everything that Dawntrail lacked, it got really good again in like 30 minutes. They threw all of that at you in like 30 minutes, and then we're like, okay, that's it. Thank you so much. And I was staring at my desk like, okay, Final Fantasy, we are so back. I like the little scientist, the evil little scientist. I have a type. 7.2 is very good. 7.3, yeah, the locker in 7.3 I think was like what made it so good. The locker was really fun. the locker was really good, but I know they should have committed to benching Wook Lamont. I think is a big part of a problem with 7.3. Hopefully the ending of 7.3 though means that the two of them won't come along at all. I'm fine with Sphene showing up again later. I don't really think that Wook Lamont has anything that she could contribute at this point to the rest of the story, because now what's happening is so out of her field. There's really no reason to. Sphene, maybe that's okay. You know, maybe. I like Sphene a lot. But I say that, but they're gonna find a way to put Wook Lamont in there. I think that after the... I think after people's opinions about Dawntrail, it's safe to say that Wook Lamont probably won't come back for a long time. Yeah, I don't know. 7.3 though is I want 7.4 so bad. I want the next patch so bad. I'm so excited to see where they go with that. And I think that was definitely... I don't know. I'm a creature of habit. I think that it's been too long since we saw Oomph. And I want Oomph back. Yeah, they're doing to Sphene the same thing they did to Lise, which might be okay. Beastmaster is supposed to come out soon, right? December 16th. In before I have another work trip on December 16th and I can't go and play it. No. Where is Oomph? Oomph is hanging out in a pitch black room. That's all I know. Oomph is in a pitch black room right now. And yeah. 0.5? I just got here. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna get the last tier, 7.4. I know! Aren't we also getting a new ultimate at some point with like the next couple patches? Or no? I heard people talking about it. Yeah, a new ultimate. Okay, cool. Is a probably. I am curious to see what it is, but I don't know. As a bonus, because Yoshi P hated how people ragged on Furu, this one might be harder. Oh! Wow! How great! I see. Okay. DSR 2. Cause you cleared DSR. Picto got reworked though, so it's not as insane, but yeah. There's literally no winning. Some people are always gonna say it's too easy, some people are always gonna say it's too hard. My static fell apart like the same week we were supposed to start through, so I don't have an opinion, and I wish I could provide more to the conversation, but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. And then they said that 8.0 won't be too long after the new the Japanese fan fest. They said it will come very soon after Japan's fan fest. So I don't remember if that means like January. It'll come out January is what people are saying. But Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see how they rework the jobs. A lot. So for 8.0, that's the only thing I care about is the job rework. I'm excited for that, but I'm also excited just for the new patch in general. But yeah, anyways, all this conversation being had, Dawntrail goes in C tier. So my definitive ranking of Final Fantasy expansions: the Shadowbringers, Stormblood, Heavensward, Dawntrail, Endwalker, and ARR. Yeah. Yay. Even if I don't agree about Shadowbringers, what do you mean you don't agree about Shadowbringers? Literally how? Not my problem, actually. Okay. Yeah, people are still speculating it's gonna come in early 27. I think it's because Yoshi P said that it was gonna come like very soon after Japanese Fan Fest. So I don't know. I saw a bunch of people on the JP side saying like January. I feel like that's a bit soon, but I don't know. I started playing like the week before Dawntrail. Like I finished the game before, like a week before Dawntrail came out. So anyways, we'll see. That's still next year. We still have a whole year of stuff to get through. So yay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up everything here though. I'm trying to think about the stuff that I'm supposed to shill. We have our Gen 4 debuts starting Saturday. The girls have already started putting up their waiting rooms, so you can go see them right now. And then I have a cover song that you can go listen to. I'm not about to play 14, unfortunately. I have to go to work because I have a new outfit coming out on Halloween! And I have to go work on the prep for that. So, unfortunately, no Final Fantasy for me because I have to go work on some stuff for the new outfit debut. But it'll be worth it, I think. Yes. So, I have the hiccups. Please go see Runie. And yeah, I will stream tomorrow. The waiting room. Hiccups. The waiting room is not up. I will put it up sometime before stream tomorrow. And then yeah, I'll put out the schedule. Okay, anyways, so go say hi to Runie. See you guys later. Bye.